The markets have been showing signs of recovery in the last couple of weeks. Should you be buying more? Should you just hold your portfolio? Or should you sell your portfolio completely? If these are the kind of questions that are on your mind, I try to answer those questions in this video. Please do watch it till the end. Before we go ahead, it makes sense to look at the kind of market correction that we have seen in the last 4 quarters. After a very bad start in the month of May, we have had good ending. If you see, in the last 7 days, we have recovered close to 3%. And if you just look at May as a whole, we are down close to about 2.58%. While if you actually see, the small cap is down over 11.32%. What has surprised me is that the Nifty Junior, which is the top 51 to 100 stocks of India, those are down by over 8.44%. But if you look at our year-to-date number, which is nothing but right from Jan till the end of May, if you see, the market is just down 4%. I don't understand why there is so much of hue and cry over a 4% fall. Your portfolio is definitely down a lot more than that. If it is so, in the range of about, let's say, 5-7%, it is okay. But if your portfolio is down by over 10%, then you have an allocation issue. You know why? Because you would be overexposed to a certain fund or a certain stock, or maybe a lot of your exposure is into overvalued sectors and segments like small caps, mid caps, or IT. And finally, our 1-year number looks very same. Finally, the mean reversion is back at play. You cannot have years where you make 50% return year on year. There has to be mean reversion, and you've exactly seen the same since October of 2021. You see the number here. The market is just up 8%. Mid cap is up by about 10 odd percent, while small cap is now showing negative close to 2%. What should you be doing then? As I said earlier, if your portfolio is showing more than 15% kind of a correction, then I think there is a fund choice issue or a stock choice issue. Maybe you have made great returns in the past, but now you need to have a good look at your portfolio. What should you do? Should you sell, buy, or retain your portfolio? Let me give you my pointers. As we all know, the worries of inflation and rate hike is not over yet. Yes, there are signs of stability in the oil market. When I mean stability, the high price is expected to be there for some time, and the market is assuming that the crude oil prices may not really cross $130. So that is more or less factored in. And also on the interest rate hike, the market is factoring in an additional 75 basis points kind of a hike in India itself and also around the globe. So these are the kind of factors that are already factored into the market. But if there's a big surprise tomorrow, then the markets can correct even further. It can be 5%, it can be 10%, it can be 15%. Nobody knows. So there is worry, but there is also a pricing in of certain bit of worry already in the market. But if you actually were to see, large caps are better placed to withstand any kind of a change in the macro environment, much better than your small caps and definitely your mid caps. Therefore, it definitely makes sense to look at going overboard on large caps with the new set of funds that you have. International markets, people like investing in the US especially, and US has corrected quite a bit. Therefore, it may look attractive, but in my opinion, the international markets continue to be a little tepid. I would want to wait on the allocation towards international markets. I think India presents a better opportunity, if not in terms of return, but in terms of risk. So stay put. Think a little before giving your hard-earned money to international markets. Avoid funds that are in overvalued sectors like IT. Now you may say that IT is already significantly corrected. Is it not in the cheap value zone? At least in my opinion, it doesn't look cheap here. And look for undervalued sectors like bank and FMCG. See, in the past 3 years, these two sectors have not participated in the rally. Of course, inflation is going to affect FMCG. Be very smart about it. And hike in interest rates in general is good for banks. Please do a deep down research or ask your advisor to give you his opinion about banks and which banks to buy or which banking funds to buy. Please continue to monitor various sectors or ask your advisor to give you views on each sectors. It can be about IT, pharma, banking, metals, auto, and large caps, mid caps, and small caps. You need to have a very close eye and do a lot of active management of the kind of sectors your funds or your money is getting into. It is very, very crucial. Don't put your money in overvalued assets. It can pull down your portfolio a lot more than the index itself. You've already seen it when you saw that Nifty has corrected only by 4% in this year to date. And finally, if your portfolio has seen a correction of over 15% in the last 4-5 months, it means your allocation is wrong. You need to look at your allocation, do a thorough check, do a portfolio analysis, do an X-ray of your portfolio to figure out what kind of allocation that you have. What is your large cap, mid cap, small cap allocation? Yes, you go and see on Twitter, you see that people are giving a lot of money into small caps. Don't do that. Please do make sure that you pull off your money from risky assets and put your money into less riskier assets. See, the markets are at a very different and a difficult kind of a situation. While nobody knows the future, for all you know, this may not really be the bottom. Therefore, you need to prepare well for it. My suggestion in general is that if you have fresh money, please try and allocate it over the next 6 months and be very, very nimble about it. Tomorrow, if the Russia situation gets better, go big on equity. And when it comes to the current equity portfolio that you have, I think if you have a lot of small cap and mid cap, you should actively consider reducing the allocation and give the money to large caps. Be in the market, but try to reduce the risk in your portfolio. I hope this video comes through on the question that you have in your mind. Please do share your feedback. Till then, happy investing.